Hello again, everyone. I'm Bazebo, and this time I'll explain to you all about challenges and awakenings. The last time I explained basics on how to get Helmet. The loadout you should have currently is Red Scarf, Bow Sorcerer, Fingerbear Awakened, Broom Sorcerer, and Boogie Sorcerer. And today you'll get somewhere from 2 to 4 new units. And the one unit that you should 120% get is Bow Sorcerer Awakened. And this is because it has piercing, there is no placement limit, it can target multiple enemies at the same time, and it's cheap to get to a good point, only being around 11,000, and it has great value. And in trading, value is very important, and its current value is that of 6. And a unit that is super important in the game is called Sorcerer Agent, and its value is 12. And so you should trade 3 awakened bows or buy it for 199 Robux. And the reason that I say 3 awakened bows when that would be -6 value is it would be a little bit longer, but like you could try to trade for 2 awakened bows for an agent while you're waiting to get the 3rd bow sorcerer. The next unit you should get is Boogie Sorcerer Awakened. It is not as good as Bow and not all too strong, but it does have a synergy with Red Scarf that allows both of them to hit more Black Flash. And it also has an ability that swaps 2 units to and also gives both of them a small boost. But Black Flash is a special ability that some units have, and normally it deals around 10 times the damage of a regular attack, and it also does AoE or area of effect damage. So you could just imagine that something that allows more Black Flashes is pretty good. And the next unit that you should consider getting, not you don't have to get this one, but Blood Manipulator Awakened. And this unit is very cheap to fully max out, and it has an ability that does a small AoE in a circle. And the only real reason not to get this unit is that it costs 30 legendary shards instead of 25 like both the other units. And then the final unit to consider is Red Scarf Traumatized. Funny name. And this unit is special grade, and it is by far the best special grade awakening. It costs 1,000 to place, and that is enough to act as a starter in Hell and Cocoon mode. And other awakenings cost 1,010 and 1,100, meaning that those cannot act as starting units. It also has a 0.1 second attack speed, which means that they attack 10 times a second. And so they can clear waves of weaker enemies, such as transfigured humans and finger bears. Yes, there are finger bear units and finger bear enemies. Red Scarf also has Black Flash, and this is very important to their kit because all of their abilities are based around hitting Black Flashes. And if you hit enough Black Flashes, they have a mode where for 12 to 13 seconds, they have a 10% chance to Black Flash, and 10 attacks a second times 10% chance equals a 100% chance a second. And it also has a 100% damage increase, which makes it have around 10 million DPS, or damage per second. That is equal to the strongest non-ascended grade. And after hitting 10 Black Flashes, after being upgraded once, don't worry, it doesn't reset. It does a big Black Flash with a 3-second wind up. And the only real reason not to get this is that the way you get it is if you're doing some hell mode, which hell mode it isn't actually hell, it's very hard though. And so aside from that, it costs 30 mythic shards, and so it would take a very long time to get. But a final possibility that I wouldn't really recommend doing is upgrading from Soul Curse to Soul Curse True, because Soul Curse can actually act as a starter. It actually can transfigure enemies. I did a mini experiment recently where pretty much I had True Form Soul Curse be the main damage, and they did not transfigure a single time up until Domain. And the normal version also summons allies at the back, so I would just in general not recommend upgrading Soul Curse to Soul Curse True, because you could just do 10 more, get 10 more mythic shards, and then get a far better special grade. And now the main point that this video is about is challenges. And the first thing that you should know is that every challenge is you can only do it once in every hour, and it refreshes every hour. And an experience that was very annoying for me was when I was getting Red Scarf traumatized. I had 3 whole hours back to back to back without a single mythic shard. I had 29 out of 30, and I even had 7 legendary shards for a bit of that, and there were 2 hours without legendary shards. However, now I haven't mentioned shards for a good bit. Well, I've mentioned them, but I didn't explain them for a good bit. And so every difficulty has their own shard, those being epic, which you should have used to get Fingerbear Awakened, legendary, which you should have used to get Awakened, Sorcerer Awakened, and mythic, which if you want to, you can use to get traumatized. And these shards are what allow them to be awakened to the next rarity. And awakened units are some of the best units in the rarity. Like, if you compare Fingerbear Awakened to almost any other legendary unit, you'll easily be able to see why it's arguably one of the best legendary units. And you can trade 10 of the previous rarity for one of the next rarities, like 10 epics for legendary, 10 legendaries for mythic. And that means that if you don't want to, you don't have to do any hell mode to get a mythic shard. But if you're trying to get Red Scarf traumatized, or if you have a overtime sorcerer and want to get to the overdrive overtime sorcerer, then I would recommend getting to health 3 to 5 so that you could easily get multiple mythic shard. And the reason that these are challenges is because of how they are set up. They pretty much act as normal stages plus extra difficulty. A common example I see, because I don't do it, is Hell 6 with 25% less cash, and you only do it for the rewards, like I mentioned previously. The rewards you can get is 16 or 8 epic, 3 legendary, and 1 mythic. Each of those from their respective mode. And so that means that you have to do like 2 to 4 epics for one of the legendary awakenings, 9 or 12 legendary modes to get a mythic, and 20 to 30 mythics, taking like 2 days for a special grade awakening. But aside from that, rewards you can get is just gems, coins, and luck potions. And now, how to beat most modes, that being epic and legendary modes, is you just have to place down your awakened finger bearer and then place down 2 red scarfs. And that should be any legendary or epic difficulty. However, once you get awakened both, you should just place one down, upgrade it once, and that should be enough to beat any epic or legendary difficulty. Mythic does in fact require more strategy. It isn't just a mindlessly place down a mythic unit like it is for legendary and epic. And if you're going to wait for the next upload, then I would recommend try to get, like I said, 2 or 3 awakened bows to trade for a sorcerer agent, and then trade. And there should be plenty of time to wait. It's going to be around a week, and that's all there is for today. And next week, I will explain Toji's questline and Cocoon mode. And so, if today you didn't get Red Scarf Traumatized, still a funny name, I will explain to you how to get your first special gradient. And the next video, I'm planning to post on the 27th, but might also be delayed and be on the 1st of March. But please give this game a try. It is fun, and you can easily get to a good point in it. Like, once you get a curse crate, you pretty much from there just you can't stop winning. Then you get hell mode, and then it's a struggle. So then you have to do challenges, and so it's fun. If you want to subscribe, and if you have any questions, please comment them. And that is all. Ta-ta.